Hi guys, Mauricio Viecco, Building Wealth tonight with an amazing guest, Mr. Michael Pennisi from Coldwell Banker, and we also have a special guest over there, Mr. Samir Popal. Samir, say hi to the camera.
I wasn't ready for this.
Hey guys.
Shout out to Andres Vaquero, the cameraman, and Michael. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And today, Building Wealth, like every Tuesday, we're going to be talking about how someone made it on their careers so you get inspired. Please remember to share this link with all your friends, family, colleagues, team members. We're here for you to learn more about real estate industry in this case. And today, the name of the show is going to be Managing an Amazing Real Estate Force. Michael, tell us a little bit more. Who's Michael Pennisi?
So I'm a father first, I'm a husband, I love real estate. Obviously I love my family. I love real estate. I've been doing this for 16 years today.
Wow,
It's
amazing.
literally my
Congratulations.
16-year anniversary in real estate. And outside of my family, real estate has been the best decision I ever made in my life.
Wow, that's beautiful, bro, what you just say. It's
True.
amazing.
Very true.
I think we all love if you love what you do, you never work. You're passionate about what you do, and real estate is just an amazing industry.
It is.
Ups and downs, but we ride that roller coaster, and we're here. What you did before real estate?
So I got into real estate when I was 21. So I would say the short answer is I worked full time while I was in college. I went to Seton Hall. I studied abroad in China. I studied abroad in Italy. Loved my time away, and I definitely experienced the world. But really, real estate was my first career. So real estate is my heart. I love it.
Amazing. You started very young in real estate, and I would like to know how you get into real estate. Who or what happened that you get into real estate?
So it was kind of a funny thing. Seton Hall had some rule that your last 20 credits had to physically be on campus. And I had, like I said before, I had taken some courses that were abroad. It forced me to spend an extra year in college, even though I had enough credits to graduate. And so I had the mornings free, and I decided I really wanted to learn real estate investment. I wanted to go out and get a real estate license and to learn investment, so I did. Really, my time in Italy, my roommate there was a real estate broker, and he came from, he was a second generation real estate broker. Love him to death. Shout out to Michael Barbera. But basically, he kind of planted that seed. It was something that I was already thinking about, and I felt like, if Mike could do it, then I felt like I could be, just as capable. I went and got my license. They told me we were only hire full time. I was reluctant to do so, but I joined full time, and I was rookie of the year for my first year, and I wound up leaving my full-time job, working in corporate America, and going directly into real estate.
Oh, that's amazing. 16 years ago. What year was that?
It was 2006 is when I started.
So you started right at the very peak of the real estate, and then not much fun. 2 years after, the market crash.
It's funny, people ask me this all the time because we're in a trending, the market's always trending in one direction or another, but right now it seems like it's trending towards recession, let's call it. And I don't believe in good markets or bad markets. I don't think that they exist. I think that, there are people that are trading real estate in every market. People, they get married, they want to buy a house. They get divorced, they want to sell their house. Maybe, downsize, upsize, they have a kid, the kids leave for college, whatever it may be. There's, they get transferred for work. There's so many different reasons that people make a decision to move in real estate, positive and negative reasons. And, in my opinion, there's always real estate transactions taking place. Not even my opinion, it's a fact. And to me, it's like, okay, who's going to be doing those transactions? So I believe it was a blessing personally to have started real estate in a downtrending market, because really the market turned pretty quickly when I got in, and I learned how to sell real estate in the worst market that we've ever had. Like, at least in our lifetime, it was the Great Recession. So to me, like, while people were exiting real estate, I was learning how to survive. And I believe that those lessons have not only helped me, but have helped my clients and helped the agents that I serve, and will continue to do so, especially in a downtrending market coming up, because it's a different skill set than when the market's going in a positive direction.
I have to say that a lot of conversations I have these days daily are regarding where the market's going. And people is afraid, but for all of those that has been around for some time and past 2008, this is nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you passed 2008, you really saw it crashing, but as you say, real estate is a business where everybody needs a home. Everybody needs a new place to live in. If you are, going up the ladder in your life, in your career, you're gonna improve your place. You get married. You have kids. The kids grow up. They need to move. There is always a need for real estate, but definitely it was for sure it was a really hard time because lenders, they didn't want to lend back then. That was a different story. But today's market is very healthy. We see lenders, basically asking full documentation on everything. It's for sure, and I want to share it again, because I'm going to repeat, for more than you talk about recession, that we already are in a recession. And recessions at the end are actually good for real estate because interest rates tend to go down.
They go down.
So there is, for all of those people that have been purchasing or refinancing, cashing out over the past 3, 4, 5 months on a 4, on a 5, rates have been receding a little bit, going back down. They went up to almost 6%. They went also now low 5s, maybe high 4s. They went back again a little bit on the 5s. But if the recession hits, that for sure is going to take the rates back to 4, hopefully, maybe 3s, and then it's going to be another wave of people refinancing into lower interest rates. So you started 2006, you learned the business, then it crashed, you survived, you passed through that, you learned, and now in your position, you can serve better your realtors. Now, when is that Michael Pennisi change from being a real estate agent to work for corporate and to help other agents improve their careers and achieve their goals?
So I'm going to answer your question, but before I do, I just want to touch on something that you just brought up because I believe it's interesting. So as a realtor, we always get asked the question, how's the market? And you get asked the same thing, how are interest rates? So one thing that I learned this years ago, and it kind of stuck with me, and it will trend right into your answer, is, when people ask you how's the market, well, the first question is, well, it depends on who you are. Like, why do you want to know? And the reason why is, if you're someone who is a retiree, the best market you could ever hope for are the heights of the market, because you're selling your $1 million house on the hill and you're buying down. So if the market's up 10% and your $1 million house is now worth $1.1 million, well, the house that you're buying, if it was $500,000, all right, it's worth $550,000, but you've now picked up $50,000 in that shift. If you're a first-time home buyer and that $500,000 house is now worth $550,000, well, that's not a good trend for you. But the reverse is also true. When the market goes down, if you're a first-time home buyer, it's the best market you could ever hope for. Because to your point, in a recession, interest rates pull back. So naturally, your buying power increases, and prices in many recessions, not all recessions, come down. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. So really, it's the best case scenario for you if you're a first-time home buyer. The point is different markets work better for different people. So what I learned, and this is the answer to your question, is I went out and I had every client that I was working with this is back in 2011. Every client that I was working with, all of a sudden they all made decisions to buy or sell at the exact same time. And I sold $10, $12 million worth of real estate in a month. And it was, it was a great month, don't get me wrong. It was great for the clients, it was great for me. And what I realized was, okay, well now I have to kind of like reload and go out and get new clients and build. At the same time, my mentor in real estate left. And my colleagues, the people that helped me learn real estate, most of them turned to me and asked me privately, hey, will you manage the office? You should be our next manager. And so it was that, and then there was one other piece that I got to kind of add to this puzzle, which is, I always tell my agents, you should go out and you should volunteer to be in front of people where you can be in front of people. And I'm going to give you the example. When I was in sales, I realized that I needed credibility, so I got appointed to a zoning board. I realized that I needed to build my network within the real estate community, so I joined and became a trustee of the board. I realized that I needed to start to build my relationships in business, so I joined a business networking group. And I gained all these different relationships throughout. And one thing that I did was I was asked to come and speak at an event for Coldwell Banker. So it was the company that I was working for, I still work for, and I'm very proud to work for Coldwell Banker. And at the time, they had asked me to come out. I was doing something different. This was 11 years ago. I was building a business using Facebook. And I was doing a really nice job of building a book of business with Facebook. So they asked me to come out and speak at an agent roundtable. So there were 600 agents in the room, give or take. And basically it was myself and it was several other speakers that were going around the room, moving around the room to speak. And by the time I got to like the third or fourth interval, everybody was just following me. The whole crowd was following me around the room to take notes. And because it was a sexy topic, it was something that people weren't doing the same way I was doing at the time. And at the time, the president of Coldwell Banker came up to me and said, you need to manage an office for me. And I kind of was like, respectfully, I said, and I really liked him. He was somebody that I got along with well. And I said, I appreciate it, but I love sales. Well, fast forward a couple of years, because I think that was 2009. Fast forward 2 years later, I realized that I really, maybe I will consider being in the brokerage side of the business. And so I did, and I approached him. I said, I'm interested. Put me through a round of interviews, and ultimately I took over the Maplewood office, which was an absolute gift. And I say that, and I'll say this to anybody who asks, but it was 56 out of 56 in the company. It was the worst office in the company. And so, looking in retrospect, I say it was a gift because when you're the lowest of the low, there's only one way to go, and that's up. So that's what we did. We just built from there, and for the last 6 years, we've been the fastest growing production in New Jersey.
Amazing. And Michael, I remember we had this conversation before, and I was amazed to learn about what Coldwell Banker has to offer. Because the show is obviously to tell people how you have done what you have done, but also to promote yourself and your company. And I didn't know that a Coldwell Banker was offering this amazing service, with corporate offices that are managed by corporate, but they provide all the help. Can you elaborate a little bit more about what difference is between a privately owned brokerage with a company A versus a corporate location from Coldwell Banker? What is the difference?
So think about it this way, and real estate companies in general, brokerages, many of them franchise their business. So you and I are very successful at what we do. Let's say we pooled our money together and we decided to go out and buy a real estate franchise. Well, we could do that. And I'm sure we would figure it out. We'd be very successful, our backgrounds and whatnot. But the truth of it is our success for the agents, the amount of services that we can provide, are only as good as how deep our pockets are. Because we only have a certain amount of income to put towards this. And we could invest, and the bigger the investor, the better, like in terms of the services you could provide to both your agents and to the clients. Well, in the case of Coldwell Banker, we're the largest real estate company in the world. So if you think about it, like we not only own Anywhere Real Estate is our parent company. We not only own Coldwell Banker, we own Sotheby's, we own Century 21, ERA, Corcoran. We own all of these different companies and beyond. And so when you look at the companies that we own, well, naturally, those franchise fees are flowing up to this parent company. Well, the parent company owns us. So it would be as if like you're trying to compete with these other franchises, but you're competing against the largest franchise in the world, the largest real estate company in the world. There obviously are going to be advantages. There's going to be economies of scale to that. And honestly, it's been very beneficial. I mean, most real estate companies you go out and work for, they don't have an education department. Well, we offer all of our agents education for free. We don't charge anything, and it's not like you're relying on that sole broker to teach you everything. We have a whole department for that. We have a whole new homes division. We have a whole marketing department. We have a whole PR and communications department. We offer so many different services that the average real estate company doesn't have. We own our own, we call it the studio. We have 400 graphic designers and marketing professionals and professional copywriters that all work for us. I mean, we have a whole, if you think about it, you get sued in real estate. You have to go out and you have to use your E&O insurance. Well, for E&O insurance, you're usually going and getting, separate attorneys. We have attorneys on staff. I mean, the amount of value we bring to the table and the fact that we're still competitive when it comes to commission and the agreements that we put together, there's no better company in the world to work for than Coldwell Banker.
That's amazing. Can you explain a little bit to all the viewers, what's your position right now? What's your duty? What is your biggest accomplishment that you have reached to the day working for Coldwell Banker?
I mean, my day-to-day is to just work with the amazing agents that I get to serve, and I don't take that lightly. I don't believe that there is a brokerage. I don't care who you are. You could fly for any banner you want to fly under. There is no brokerage without the agents and the clients we serve. So I think that we've done a really amazing job of building an incredible group of agents that really work together without drama. There's very little ego. It's a pleasure to go to work every day. And the nice part about it is I've also been able to help these agents scale their business and grow, and the results speak for themselves. I mean, there's nobody in New Jersey that has had the growth that we've had. I don't care what company you're at, production-wise, than Coldwell Banker Maplewood. I mean, we've done an amazing job of building our agents and helping them grow. I think that, statistically, I was at 30 under 30 for NAR. That was a very cool accomplishment. I was number 2 in the country last year for growth. I think that was an amazing accomplishment. Again, shout out to my agents. I think that beyond all of the measures of success, because you could go out and you could buy agents and you could claim that you have market share and all that. I'm proud of the fact that we do things ethically. I'm proud of the fact that we do things the right way. And that's one of the reasons that Coldwell Banker has been able to keep me, and that's the reason why I've wanted to grow there, is we never stab anybody in the back. We never do anything that's underhanded, where we try to cheat people out of money. We don't operate that way. We operate, in good faith and professionally. I'm proud of the brand that I serve, and Coldwell Banker, I don't know if you know this, but Coldwell Banker was started 100 plus years ago in San Francisco during they had the fire, and basically these two businessmen came together, Coldwell and Banker, and they joined forces and they said, listen, too many real estate agents were linking up with clients. They were going out and getting listings, and then they were buying the listings from their clients undervalued because they were trying to take advantage of the clients that they served. And so Coldwell and Banker, they came together and they said, we're going to create a real estate company, and our real estate company is going to be founded on the principle that we're never going to do that. Our agents can't buy their own listings. And that's how they serve the public. And to me, I like that story. I know it's a story, I know it's 100 years ago, but I think that legacy continues in terms of doing business the right way. So for me, it's been a sense of pride to serve the agents that I serve and to build what we've accomplished in what we've built.
Michael has been, during the show, showing his passion about real estate is passionate about what he does, and that's a trademark of all the guests that I have here, all of them successful in different industries. You're somebody that work hard, is passionate about what you do, or you're proud about what you do, you're proud about the results, and you're proud that you help others achieve their goals. And that's amazing. How do you picture Michael Pennisi in the near future?
You know, I think of the American dream, and I'm not trying to be, corny here, but I'm being honest. Like, I think of the American dream. The American dream, home ownership is part of the American dream. People think about that white picket fence and their kids playing in the yard. I mean, that's home ownership. And, I could have sold, I could have been in pharmaceutical sales, I could have been in finance, I could have done a lot of different things. But we have this unbelievable gift that we have every single day, you on the mortgage side, me on the real estate side, where we get to serve the American dream. We get to help people achieve the dream of home ownership. And and for me, like, I don't take that for granted. I think that that's a beautiful gift. I think that the ability to be able to help people create these lasting memories for the rest of their life in their home is just such an awesome thing to be a part of. So if you talk about where do I see myself in the future, I see myself continuing to be a part of that. I do invest in real estate myself. I love to invest in real estate. I believe that's only going to continue to grow for years to come. I love to buy and hold real estate, which means that I buy a piece of real estate and I rent it for years to come. I particularly love short-term rentals, and I've been building a portfolio for years in that space. I think that I'm going to continue to do both. I think I'm going to continue to do brokerage, where I'm serving the agents that have given me the opportunity to work with them and to help them in their business. I feel like I'm a strategic partner that can help people grow their business. I've proven that over the years. And I feel blessed to continue to build in that arena.
Amazing. Guys, we've seen Michael Pennisi, somebody that started real estate at a very young age, 16 years ago, started 2006, went through the peak of the market, then the crash, and survived it, learned skills now to share with others, and his passion is to help real estate agents to achieve their goals. Michael, why somebody that is either new in the industry or looking for a move will contact you? Why somebody would need to contact you and ask you about the opportunities you can offer at your branches?
I'll go back to the strategic partner comment that I made before. The reality is, an awesome real estate agent, realtor, can work anywhere and be successful. That's the truth of it. But I know when I go to sleep at night that there is no possible way that I could be at another brokerage and serve clients better than at Coldwell Banker. I believe that. So I feel like I'm aligned with the right strategic partner. And then the next question is, what about your broker manager? And to me, I care for my agents. They become part of my family. I think that they all know that I'm beyond dedicated. I mean, I work 24/7 and I love what I do. I hope you can tell the passion that I have, because I really do. I love the business. I also think that I'm in it for the long haul, and I have been. I have the experience. I mean, I've personally been part of billions of dollars of real estate sales. I understand it better than most people in life. I also never stop continuing to sharpen the sword. So whether it's going to mastermind sessions all around the country, whether it's going to speaking engagements, whether it's coming to interviews with yourself, or I've been, I'll give you an example. Years ago, I went out and I went to Harvard to get a degree in negotiation. I don't think that most people understand the business and bring that acumen to the table like I do. I just don't think that they do. I have my hands in a lot of different pots, from real estate investment to the brokerage side to excelling in real estate sales in an up market, in a down market. I have the longevity in the business. And I also represent not only an amazing company, but I represent an amazing group of individuals that all help one another. And that holistic feel I have an incredible staff. I have the best staff in the industry. It's not even close. And being able to bring all that together under one roof, I mean, there's plenty of reasons why my agents grow their business. It's not like one facet. It's multifaceted, and I can assure you that if you come work with me, if we have this partnership together, I'm going to get you to the next level because I've done it time and time again, and I'm definitely creative in the way that I approach the business. It's not a one-size-fits-all factory.
Amazing. Michael, where people can reach out to you on social media?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Michael Pennisi, MichaelPennisi. You can reach out to me on my cell phone, 908-656-3858.
Amazing, and I encourage everybody to follow Michael's social media. The videos are amazing, refreshing, they're new, and thank you very much for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
What a great conversation, and I hope everybody that has followed us share the link and learn more about Michael Pennisi's story and why it's a great idea to contact him and maybe make a move to his team. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Guys, next Tuesday, Building Wealth with Mauricio Viecco. God bless everyone.